Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me while looking to some more MTG magic and see what's happening. So stick around because there's some crazy things going to happen for Hasbro stock, at least as far as a short term, I think. If it doesn't happen this way, then Hasbro has failed and it's a lot worse than I guess anyone ever expected, but I'm expecting it at least to pick up in the next couple of days for the Hasbro stock. And we'll see why that is. Now, the next one, I'm seeing some more things, I guess cards, coming out on eBay. And what's interesting is the pricing for these cards. And I think they're completely unrealistic. But you guys can let me know if the black border means this much. But let's just have a check. This, oh, geez, okay. This Underground Sea is selling for US $1,400. There are 31 watches, but as far as I can tell, I don't know if anyone's actually jumped in to make this purchase. But $1,400 for this Underground Sea, which is a proxy, the back of it, it's a proxy. It is going to be absolutely insane for anyone to buy these cards. Like, here's another one, Mox Sapphire, 5 watched, but $1,525 US. These are the prices that you would expect for the real, well, maybe not for the real deal, but certainly a portion of this price would be for the real deal. And you're starting to see these for these non-tournament legal cards. I can't see it working, and you guys can let me know if you think there's any reason at all why anyone should buy these over the reserve list cards themselves, and even then to hold off on buying the reserve list cards because you never know what C is going to do anyways. These can be 100% reprinted. 100%. They're non-tournament legal proxy cards with golden borders on the back of the cards with 30th anniversary written on them clear as day. The value for them comes from the fact that they are part of the reserve list card. But as they're priced like this, they are not collector items because I think it goes back to the story I was saying, which is when I was playing Pokemon, I had and I have a lot of cool Pokemon cards, foil, and everything like that. But they are in such bad condition. Water damage, gravel, like literally chunks missing out of these cards. I don't even know what the kids like. We were kids when we were playing these cards and never sleeved. Um, yeah, there's probably like diseases on them. I'm just joking, but still, you know what I'm saying. It's very rare for people to just pick up a card game that just existed when they were kids and sleeve them up and look after the cards. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but it's just very rare. And when I look back at what has happened to Magic over the last 10, 15 years, is a lot of people just get a card and sleeve it up the second they get it if they know that there's any value to it. If not, they collect them and put them into a binder, never to be touched again. So a lot of cards don't lose the same value as some of the older cards. They just don't. Like I have reserve list cards that are really, really nice looking. I have a Judge promo Survival of the Fittest that looks amazing. And that card came out more recently and probably would have been sleeved up. I actually think that card has an inflated price just because of the artwork. But truthfully, there's probably more versions of that Judge promo that are in good quality than there are the original Survival of the Fittest. And the same thing can go for these. Every single one of these Mox Sapphires that are ever going to be opened from Magic 30th anniversary are going to be in pristine condition. Because people are just going to open them up, look at them and go, yep, that's double sleeved. Done. Move on to the next. And a lot of these are going to come out because so many didn't sell well. A lot of these are going to come out outside of Wizards of the Coast actually trying to sell them. So a lot of these are going to probably drop in prices as stores pick them up. And here's the crazy thing. Here's a hand shipped now, Magic 30th anniversary, $1,475, 2 bids already. You got 2 bids on $1,475. And I remind me again, this was sold for about $1,100 US. So this guy's making $375 profit. Here's another one, but no offers. Not too sure what's going on there. No offers for this. So we're going to keep an eye on this because I feel like there's a lot of weird stuff going to be happening in the markets after people watch what sells in this environment on eBay. If a lot of these cards start selling, that means that the original cards will keep moving higher. Like, I can't imagine them staying at a low price. They must, and they will keep going higher. So I'm really going to be interested about that. Now, moving on to the next topic, what I want to talk about was Hasbro, and this actually counts for a lot of the markets as well. Hasbro has obviously failed really bad, really, really bad. But they have reached a point in the market where normally I'd be tempted to think about putting in a position to take advantage of the near-term rally. And what I meant by that is we're about to get into a territory called a double bottom, and usually a double bottom can give you a few percentage return quite quickly because a lot of people buy in at the double bottom just in expectation of a bounce. This is from a technical point of view. $55 is now what Hasbro's stock is sitting at, and I would not be surprised if it moves up by another 6 to 7% in the next week, maybe even 10%, and hits $60 again, or maybe 55, and drops back down. So, sorry, $60, and then drops back down. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because it is very oversold, has been for a while, but it deserves to be oversold. It's very oversold, and the only reason why I think that there might be an aggressive move in the next couple of days is the markets might just be predicting a really bad situation. Another thing is usually what happens with a market like this is you get a bad month, and then you'd expect a bounce back to retest the 200-day moving average, about a 10% jump up, maybe $60, and then for it to presume dumping again. It's just one of those things which happens quite often. It's very, very common for markets to go and retest key supports like $60. It's crazy when you think about how much the Federal Reserve really helped Hasbro. At 74%, Hasbro was literally about to lose everything during COVID. And thanks to all the stimulus and everything, we had an incredible bounce. Look at that. Look at that bounce. Crazy stuff. So what am I expecting for the next couple of days? I'm expecting a bounce. I really am. And for multiple reasons, I also think a lot of people are bearish, and a lot of people have money sitting on the sidelines. I know a lot of YouTube commentators are saying a lot of negative things about the economy, but there is a lot of money sitting on the sidelines just waiting for an opportunity to be deployed at a lower price. And when you have this much money sitting on the sidelines, a lot of the dips just keep getting bought. And I actually think the Federal Reserve has done something really, really smart, which a lot of people don't give them credit for. And I'll talk about this in the future, is they've created a situation of low supply. Or should I say, low supply. So, I mean, not conspiracy theory, but we have low supply and we have or had high demand. And the low supply got bought up with a high demand. Now we have no supply, really, especially when it comes to like cars and housing. And yet we still have some demand, which means that what we're probably going to get is a far more stable market than any of us expected. Another thing to look forward to is what's going to happen to silver. I had a commentator coming out recently saying that silver is going to do well, and I agree. I think silver is looking promising because it's above the 200-day moving average. A lot of its momentum is still up there, but for the next couple of days, it is going to go down just as the dollar comes up. There is a chance that dollar and gold and silver will all be doing pretty well for each other. Here's another one. Gold is just above its 200-day moving average, and it might stay like that. It might just go to flatline at 180, 170, 185. That might be its range as the dollar continues to strengthen. And the dollar will also have to retest the 200-day moving average. It might dump after that. depending on the economic output. Anyways, I just want to cover Hasbro. I kind of went off topic there. But what I'm thinking for Hasbro is over the next couple of days, we might see a pretty decent bounce just because of all the negative news out there, just because of the fact that technically it is a double bottom, and there's a chance that it might bounce about 5 to 10%, and then presume that it'll continue dropping. If it breaks this and ends up at anywhere under 55, oh boy, I'll make a video about that. If it ends a day below 55, that'll be interesting because that'll technically mean that it's broken a very strong support. Anyways, guys, just some weird talks at this point, but if you have anything interesting in there, let me know. Like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.